There's opinions on masturbation, and like some people think that's, not healthy because then it takes away from an actual experience. Everything is balance in life.
Yeah, that's
literally drugs, alcohol. Well, that's drug too. Masturbation. Everything is a balance. So as long as you can keep the balance, then
Would you be mad at your man masturbating rather than having sex with you?
Well, okay. So here's my here are my thoughts on this. So, for instance, like if I know you're going out with the boys, and I'm home, if we can have sex, I would love to have sex with you before you leave. But if we don't, I would almost want you to masturbate to release that tension, because when you're out there with the chicks out there, I feel like, tell me if I'm wrong. Obviously, I'm generally speaking right now. From my experience as a bartender and someone who can easily manipulate a man.
Whoa.
No, I'm saying like a random man.
Siren over here.
What I'm saying is, like, if you release the tension and you're in a relationship, if you release the tension before going out with the boys, no chick is going to be within your interest because you already released the tension. I mean, that's just like in my head. Again, I'm not a man. But if you don't release, you might be more prone to getting manipulated by a chick to do certain things, and you might regret it later because alcohol is involved.
Oh, shit.
So tell me. I'm just curious. That just
I rarely go
analogy.
out drinking at this point in my life. I smoke a lot more.
But I don't mind my men masturbating as long as it's not masturbating. But as long as it's not taking away from our relationship, and then it comes down to communication, like Victor said, like, why are you masturbating? Is that something that, we can spice things up? Like, let's talk about it, because people are first to fuck, but no one wants to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, and same with experience alone, like sexual experience alone. Like, if you don't feel satisfied, talk about it. Like, guide me through it. We've talked about this earlier podcast briefly, where it's like, chicks sometimes blame guys. Oh, you suck in bed. Like, did you tell him what to do? Like, did you guide him? Like, if he's touching you in the wrong place, freaking grab his hand and show him where to go. There should be more communication than sex, and that's when the best sex for me was when I was able to communicate and be myself and connect with someone on the true level. Vulnerability from a man and vulnerability from a woman, that's when you have the best experience.
Agreed.
But there's a lot of guards that people have because of traumas. So, that's like one of the most common question people ask me that know me. How do you stay so beautiful deep inside, yet you've been hurt so many times? And I like to answer this because I heal. I heal from every single...
She is like her own victim plus Oprah at the same time. She's just like own therapist plus... I am
kind of. Yeah. It's so funny.
I fix myself.
No, I mean, I have outside resources, to fix myself, to grow. Yeah. But, people are like, how are you not a bitch yet? Like, you should be a bitch because you've been through so much, and people like walked all over you and kicked you when you were already laying down.
It's terrible.
But I know that I can make an impact on other people by being the way I am, by telling my story, and everyone is different. Why am I gonna block myself from a new potential partner, romantic partner, because of my traumas? He's not gonna get a full experience of me, aka the true, authentic Paulina, because I'm traumatized, because I haven't healed yet. So this is where I'm at right now. Like, I don't want to be in any relationship because I'm still working on healing and still working on rediscovering myself. And me entering in a new relationship is going to be selfish because I'm not going to ruin it for sure. But there are going to be situations where I might project on someone, like the trust issues. I do have trust issues, because of obvious reasons, but also like, maybe I don't trust myself enough either. So there's like a lot of reflection going on right now in my life that I've been asked, like, let's go on a date. Let's do this. Like, are you open to learning about each other? And then I'm like, no, I'm open about it. But just, like, I'm not going to be in a relationship because I can't. Like, I'm going to ruin it subconsciously.
Yeah. One person that you've sent me multiple times, like, what is her name, like, with the hat?
Dr. Sarah Al-Madani. She's a very, like, spiritual person, and she has a ginormous knowledge on mindset, like I said, spirituality, relationship.
So what's been one of her favorite things that you've heard from her that, like, helped heal you?
I think what she said that, you know, because I've always been like, why am I attracting these guys that are broken? You know, and like I just subconsciously like healed them for another person, you know, and it fucking happened to me all the time. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, I don't want to fix you. I want you to be ready to come to me. And this is what I mean. Like, you need to heal yourself before you enter a new relationship. And that also had to, like, when I started listening to her, I was like, oh my God, I'm not healed. This is why I'm attracting broken people, because I'm broken. My cup is not full, so I'm naturally attracting people that are the same. So I started to surround myself with better people that actually have successful relationships, you know, and I've started attracting better men right away as well. So she is huge on surrounding yourself with the right circle. You know, she's huge on just like diving deeper into you and going through the pain and healing that way. And also being okay with the fact that you might have been someone's blessing that they were praying for. Like I said before, you know, they might have been praying for someone who enters their life and heals them. And so don't look at it as like a loss because you healed them for another woman. You actually helped another person. Look at it this way. And that energy that you gave out, it's going to come back and bless you one day. I am too old in my soul. Like, I'm 29, but I definitely have a mindset of a 35-year-old. Like, it is.
Oh, whoa, that's old.
It is old. I mean, probably older. Fuck you.
You know why I find that funny? I'm turning 35 this year. I'm just like, yeah, I don't like, it's so weird now that you mention it. I was thinking about this. It's just like, once I hit 18 or around 18, 19, 20, I'm not saying like I don't have the experience that I had, obviously, but I still feel the same. Like, versus, you know, I can look back when I was like 7 or like 13. Those were very different ages in my mindset of just like not really knowing the world so well versus like 18 where I was like, till now I'm just like, I still feel like I was 18, but now I know like, I shouldn't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, so it's weird to have gone through life now with that experience and knowing like, I'm going to feel like, because I think I asked an old person this, and it's like, yeah, I feel the same way, the same age that I did, like 18, but with all this experience, all this time, just
that's good
within my body. And it's just like, it's cool to realize that like, now you're just going through years. Like, that's why they say, like, the first 18 or 20 years, like, you know, like, you're just really fucking growing up and learning and shit like that.
Stuff,
yeah, but then, like, from 20 to hopefully you pass 80, but, like, you have that just... 60 years at that point of really living. But really, like, the last 10 or 20 years of your life, you're not really going to be moving. So you really got to move within 40 years. Of just, like, from 20 to 60.
Make shit happen.
Yeah, like, you have that time frame, those years. To do something. Because I remember I talked to a guy in Costa Rica when, like, he was, like, you know, like, I want to say, like, 60-year-old. And he was just telling me, it was just, like, because he's, like, taking his boat around the world. And then
That's so fun.
he was just like telling me all the places he's been and just all the beauty, everything he's seen. But he told me, it's like, well, what should I asked him, like, what should I do? Like, or like, do it while you're young. Don't do it when you're older.
I agree with that.
Yeah, because like traveling when you're older, it's just like, fuck
and
this.
You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And people hate on me because I travel a lot. And sometimes I feel guilty.
They hate on you?
Like,
hey.
No, they're just like, you living unrealistic lifestyle. And I'm like, really? Because I'm fucking real. So
like,
how is it unrealistic?
like, swear to God.
Here I am fucking living it. So if I can, you can too. You know, but I choose to enjoy life. I've lost a lot of important people in my life in the past 5 years. And life takes them away very quickly. And is that how you say it? I don't know, but you know what I mean. That I decided to enjoy it more. and not be stuck at 9 to 5. Not to hate, because there's a lot of people that love their job, and good for you. Holy shit. God bless you. I can't be trapped in a 9 to 5. I cannot be trapped in front of the desk unless I'm working for myself, which I do now. But I travel and I get like a lot of people hating on me and just like, oh, when are you going to focus on the career? I'm like, that's my fucking career. Like, like how many people go to college and graduate and don't even use their degree? You know what I mean? Like you make career whatever you want it to. Victor's like, me. Exactly. Like, what the hell? So I think you should enjoy, obviously have a balance, you know, focus, have goals, be driven, you know, invest money, make money. But if you freaking want to go somewhere, just fucking go. Because you don't know if tomorrow's not promised. And gratitude, like we mentioned earlier, has brought me to that realization that, you know what? We're really just adult children. You know, we want to play. Life is a game. Life is a trial and error. And, you know, if you're just in this routine, every day is the same and boring and, you know, you go through the emotions, you're not living. You're just fucking surviving. Who wants to live that life? I don't. So my ass is fucking going places every month or every week, pretty much. So, like, I'm always going somewhere and I love it. And don't get me wrong, I'm smart with my money and finances, and I just have a belief that I'm never going to struggle with money. And I'll always find the money. So, and that came also with a lot of self-growth. But if you put in your head that, you know, tomorrow's not promised, and remind yourself that, don't stress yourself out too much about it, but like just understand that life is about living and not just fucking working. And I have a good point about this too, like European people versus American, like Europeans versus Americans. I've realized that Americans really like live to work, and European is opposite. They work to live. So they work to be able to go out and enjoy, because they understand that experience are the only things that no one can take away from you. Yeah, you can buy a house, you can buy a nice whip, you can have all these materialistic things, but I can come and take them away from you any moment, you know? And I feel like experiences are the things that are always going to be in here. So might as well invest in those first and foremost while you're young, while you can. And
then you can be like, God, you can't take this.
No, can't fucking take that shit.
And then like, he hits you with amnesia. And then it's like, oh yeah, you tried, let's go. She's like, fuck. I don't remember shit.
Thank God I fucking take a million pictures everywhere I go and videos, so.
Oh, imagine if you had amnesia. Like,
I think that would be like the biggest
Do you think you would be the same person?
No.
You don't think you would?
No.
You don't think you would, like, if they presented you with evidence, you think, how would that affect you?
Well, like 50 First Dates?
No. Like
evidence, like a videotape every morning?
That's not like that.
That's so pretty and beautiful and everything.
Yeah, in Hawaii too. Yeah. So, but I'm saying more so in the sense of like you got hit with amnesia. Like you don't remember back, let's say the last 20 years or some shit like that. Like you remember some of your younger years, but like you got like what's that girl from The Notebook? Like there was a movie where like with Chad Tatum, there was a car, she got hit by it, and then she like remembers back to her first husband, not like the new husband.
Oh, I think I know. I don't know the title, but I know which movie you're talking about.
Like, yeah. So she ends up like going back to the first husband, you know. And I was like, "What the
bullshit?"
Fuck? Yeah, exactly. Like,
because that's all she remembered. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Don't you see the photos? Like, I got the sex tape right here."
But I do believe that feelings would bring some memories back. Yeah. Even with a disease. Again, we're not in people's shoes. We don't know how it is to have amnesia, and I'm sorry if someone's dealing with that. But I think emotions and like connection can bring some memories. And
I would hope so. Oh, and smell. Smelly smell.
Yep.
That smelly
Even the
smell.
smelly smell.
Have you ever smelled like somebody's pillow or like?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, right?
So I had people, you know, wearing the same clothes that they left me with because they, you know, I smell great, I guess. Thanks.
Voila.
So, but yeah,
Perfume.
I wouldn't like
Paulina.
wash my bedding and stuff.
Gross.
Gross.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I would like sniff that person off my pillow for sure.
Oh, of course.
But what was I saying? Speaking of going quickly back to like dating someone with a child and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
I think it really comes down to the relationship they have with the baby mama, baby daddy. If there's toxicity, I'm out. Like, if you guys are on the same page and you co-parent and that person moved on with their life and that person moved on with their life and you guys are responsible parents and both parents have access to the child. That sounds weird, but like both parents can parent on regular, that it's not like dad has only 2 days out of the week. You know what I mean? Like, then I see myself seeing past it and giving that person a shot. But other than that, if there's baby mama drama or baby daddy drama, I'm out. Like, I'm trying to be drama free, you know?
Of course. And especially with a kid involved, like, because you're meeting him and then, or her, and then you just build up a rapport in a relationship. And then it's just like, swipe. Like, it's like,
exactly.
And that's sort of where, like, you know, investing time, investing energy is like, you know, everybody talks forgiveness and it's just like, but it's a tricky, complicated situation where it gets a little bit just like, you know, like dicey. But I agree with you on the fact that just like I'm open to the idea of it depending on the situation.
Right.
You know, like any ex that comes back in my life or anything, I'm always open to the situation if it's right. If it's not, then obviously you gotta just judge it for what it is.
What
like,
it is, yeah.
In toxic relationships, you know them. You've been through them and you just know just like, I ain't gonna deal with this. Sorry. Like, peace. But, you know, A-Town down. But, like...
What is, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go.
No, like, what are your, how would you call it? Non-negotiables in a relationship? Like, leading up to relationships. Like, what is it that you absolutely would not tolerate?
I mean, I think a lot of people always say cheating and stuff like that.
I think it comes down to lying.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
Things of that nature. But I think some things that go along with that evolve from that, it's just not communicating properly of just like, that's what I wouldn't tolerate is like, you don't talk to me about something, even if it's uncomfortable.
Right.
Because I had a conversation with Victor about this today in the morning. I was like, you talk to me when I tell you I want an update, motherfucker. It's just
I was like, I didn't think nothing of it. I'm seeing him later today.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no updates. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I told him respectfully, though. And again, that's maturity. Like, from coming talking to him a lot of times, and it's a stressful situation. But
next time I'll text you, no update.
Yeah, exactly. But that was it. I had to communicate. But I had to communicate that with him about how that made me feel. Right. Just like, because it's not. You know, like he didn't think about it, and it's understandable. But I'm just letting you know right now, it's a sensitive topic, and I need the update. I need to know.
Like a text,
exactly. Like, and
so imagine bundling it up instead of actually communicating. You guys would be freaking like terms would be like off. It would just be
generally.
Weird.
I think about killing Victor like every once in a day. Like, you
Nothing
know,
romance.
We communicate, but we're usually off already to begin with each other.
You guys.
Yeah, but so you know what they say. You know, love and war. You know all that shit. Just
opposites attract, right?
Happen because of love. More like. Those love situations and everything.
Push your buttons. You know, when someone's in love, they're vulnerable most likely, and they're easy. The trigger, they can get easily triggered.
And that's why I wonder if like one of my issues is like vulnerability to the point of just like really truly being vulnerable with somebody, because sometimes I feel like I've been vulnerable and like I kind of just to this point I'm just like I don't want to waste vulnerability, that level of openness if. I feel that person is not going to give me that, you know.
But you're not going to know until you experience it. And that's the thing, like people are not vulnerable nowadays because vulnerability is perceived, like viewed as weakness.
Oh, that's terrible.
With the potential of getting hurt, with the potential of getting judged.
Yes.
This is why I feel like a lot of people don't want to be vulnerable because they're scared of getting hurt. And the only way to grow and actually be in a healthy relationship and be happy with yourself is to grow. And so, aka, you have to go through the pain. So if you avoid being vulnerable, you might catch yourself missing out on an amazing partner because you weren't able to kind of like put that ego to the side. Pussy vibes. We don't like those. No.
No, but yeah, like weakness, and I think generally weakness, yes, we all have weakness.
Oh, yeah.
But like he said, it was just like, you shouldn't aim to have weakness. You should just, continually be courageous and continually learn to strengthen yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it comes with confidence. If you're confident in who you are, you don't care that people
You know one thing I love about confidence? It's built within yourself. It's like keeping, like,
it's not acquired, it's built. You have to,
Yeah, I think Alex Hormozi said it was just like, he was saying, it was just like, it's through the promises that you keep to yourself that builds confidence.
Yeah.
Which is just a beautiful thing to, like, really understand that every time that you tell yourself, like, I'm going to head to the gym, and then you do it. And then I'm going to do this, and then you do it. You just build that confidence. I can do this because I say I can do this.
Right. You trust in yourself.
Yes.
And your decisions. I agree with that.
Yeah.
So I think the world is going to be a better place if we all just heal a little bit more and dive deeper into our souls so we can see who we are and become confident and bring that into the relationships with ourselves and others, and just become more vulnerable and understand that it's not a weakness, it's a strength. And how is someone supposed to know you if you can't be vulnerable? How are they supposed to trust you if you're not fully vulnerable with them?
So do you like small talk?
I don't mind small talk.
Yeah, you're a bartender, so you know.
Yeah. Small talk starts a talk.
Yes.
And then we can get into like deeper conversations down the road.
And I think like a lot of guys don't understand, like, you don't be vulnerable just in the first 5 minutes.
no.
So like, like my mom died.
Yeah,
like,
some people are like that. Yeah, but
Like,
well, if you're interested on the first date, like, don't give me all of you, obviously. But if you're interested in me, like, I think vulnerability, like, if a man can be vulnerable, that's the most attractive thing for me. Yeah. Because it's like, okay, you're in touch with your emotions. You know who you are. You know what you want, what you don't want, and you're willing to share it. Yeah. You, with the potential of me never calling you again, or never sleeping with you again, or never being with you again. But people that are scared don't achieve a lot. So put that shit aside and understand that life is scary, life is unpredictable, changes are required to better your life and better yourself. And be almost like, I always say to my girls that I mentor, I'm like, become best friends with fear. If something scares you, that means you have to go after it.
Right.
Time's money for me. 1 hour of my fucking time is $958, literally. I've done calculation. I was like, I need, there's this book, Get Over Your Damn Self. And it literally gives you a breakdown on, like, it asks you a couple of questions. Like, how much money would you want to make a year to be comfortable? In every aspect of your life, right? And you sit there and you analyze, like 5 million would be fucking great. But like, actually, I broke down what I would need. Yeah. And I don't remember exactly what number I came out with. But then the second question was, how many hours a week do you want to work? Obviously, I want to work for myself. So if I love what I do, I'm going to be working 40 hours, a week. Or let's say, I think I put down 35 hours a week. And then you came up with the an hourly rate of your time. So, and that's when a lot of things in my life has changed and a lot of adjustments started happening where like, holy shit, 1 hour of my time is worth literally $958, which is not even a crazy amount of money. But it is
some
though,
people,
right?
Yeah.
So I stopped binge watching Netflix and wasting my time on that. Listen, balance is everything. Like, you need sometimes just sitting on your ass and doing absolutely, But I've removed friends that I don't benefit from in a way, meaning like emotionally. I'm not talking about, materialistic things. I'm saying like, I had friends who would just suck my energy out of me because I'm positive and I'm healing. I have those healing. What?
That was just me in the audience.
Oh my God, you and your mind. But, I had to remove these friends and I didn't even give them explanation. I just kind of like pushed them away in a way. And I, same happened with people that I thought they were my ride or dies, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I started analyzing my relationships with people and I was like, what kind of benefit is it in here? Like me just repeating myself because this bitch doesn't listen. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I don't listen to my best friend. I love you. But we benefit each other in many ways. Emotional support, just being there for each other. She's my ride or die. So she doesn't hate me for not listening sometimes. And I'm also the someone who needs to learn from my own mistakes.
Yeah.
My parents even know that, so they don't even tell me what to do anymore because it's a waste of time. But long story short, 1 hour of my time is very precious, and I've realized who I want to spend it with and who I don't want to spend it with. And that pushed a lot of people away as well, because they kept on like, oh, when are we catching up? Like, let's go for lunch. And I was just like, hey, sorry, I'm busy. Like, I don't have to explain myself anymore to anybody. But there's no benefit. So
Except God. Yeah.
Yes.
Vic is like,
Yeah.
I didn't see his face, but I'm
But
pretty sure.
I don't know where I was going with this. Oh my God.
I do want to.
time.
I want to go to those questions though that we have. Vic, pull them up.
I can access your iCloud note thing.
Let me just
Of course
check
you can.
with the world.
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. Oh,
Turn
icks.
off.
Let's go with icks. Yeah.
I don't know if I have any. I'm
You
trying
don't
to
have
think.
an ick on a guy that's just like, oh, like I can tell you right now for Victor, like I said this, like a girl that has a bad laugh.
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
Vic has a bad laugh.
Apparently.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. For me, just like every time I hear his real laugh, like because he has two laughs, like one that's just like
I have like 7.
see,
Yeah.
like,
Okay, my wife loves my laugh, so that's all that matters.
yeah. Thank
Right.
you, thank God somebody does. But every time I hear his laugh, I'm just like, oh, please, just laugh a different way.
I am so easygoing. I don't know. It doesn't like I can see past stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. If you bring a lot to the table, I like little things would like it wouldn't bother me. But also maybe I just haven't been I haven't experienced someone with like a bad laugh.
Well, aside from the bad laugh thing, I'm talking about
I'm
any
trying to
icks.
think, like any icks. Oh,
I
definitely.
think I turned a girl off. An ick that I had was, and I realized, and I was like, I'm never doing this again. Was like being cheap, not like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, like see, like mentally, I was in a space where I was just like, looking out for money and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, and I just remember, I swear to God, like, and she was Jewish too. It was funny as hell. Like, I was just like, that crepe was way too expensive, like $13. Like, and like
Stop.
I talked about it, like I knew I talked about it way too long. I was just
Oh
like,
my God.
but it was just like at a time that I was like, like, yeah, money is a lot, and it's like,
Yeah.
But a $13 crepe, you know how much it takes to make a crepe is like
Yeah,
$2.
I know because
And-
we make great crepes
do
in
you?
Poland. Yeah.
Oh, have you ever tried a Japanese crepe?
No.
They go crazy on those crepes.
Is it like a deep fried or it's still regular?
No, like they have a
just
whole
the-
stick just for it, and like they roll it up with
Yum.
fruit or like a
So
savory. Yeah, just like
Yeah,
and
because
then,
you can make
there
it.
go.
Yeah, you can make it sweet or savory.
Yeah,
and
I
I
never
love it.
had the savory. Actually, I lied. I had the savory one time, but I was just like, pause. But that was such a bad laugh right there. See, that's your real laugh right there. That's the laugh I know of Paulina. She ends with like it changes at the very end.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so I've had good crepes and bad crepes. Definitely.
You're so funny. Hygiene is huge for me for sure. Trying to think.
Can't cook.
No, because we can cook. Like we can figure it out together. Like there's a lot of things you can work through. Like work with that person with.
He has a circumcised penis or uncircumcised
You know
penis.
what's crazy? Oh my God, I have a story about this. That's so funny. That's so funny.
I'm glad I hit something in that. Just like
So in Europe, we don't do that.
yeah.
So I remember first time
uncircumcised.
having sex in America. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, does this
What
hurt?
happened to your dick?
I was like, does this hurt you? Like, why is there no skin in
Yeah.
there? Like, I was
Yeah.
just analyzing, I remember. And I was just like, this is weird. Like, does it hurt? And I was like touching it. And I'm like, and then he was like, no, you're being weird. Like, what are you doing? And I was just
Nah,
like,
yeah.
in Europe, there is
Yeah.
not, maybe now there is, but like, not when I was like 18, 17, 10 years ago. I don't think that was a thing. So weird. I always was like, this has to hurt. Like, you have to be sensitive. I know the reason behind they do that, obviously the bacteria and stuff, but it was so funny. Like, I made this guy so uncomfortable. He's like, why are you analyzing my dick? And I was just like, because shit, you have no skin there. This is weird. But, yeah, I don't really have icks that other than just like, just take care of yourself, Jesus Christ. Like
Well,
the
what about,
dirty
like-
nails. Oh, I guess that's
There you
like
go, there's one.
unless you're working like your hands, you're a man that works with
But you can still clean your nails.
you can still clean it.
Yeah.
I don't mind like dirty hand because like sometimes it stains,
Yeah.
if you're working with your hands, but the nails like
What about
get
like
it together.
I found I don't like this. It's like when people don't cover their cough or sneeze.
Oh yeah, that's just like who
But that's what I'm
raised
saying.
you?
That's what an ick is. It's just
Okay.
like I
Maybe I
like,
don't study them enough.
because sometimes people don't know about that until like they're told about it. But like it's definitely like like cringe. It's just like
Yeah. I don't so I don't know if it's an ick, but I don't like someone who's like up in my ass right away where it's like
That's an ick.
okay,
Yeah,
where
that's
it's like
absolutely an ick.
calm down. Like I love cuddling and I am a very touchy person with the person I'm choosing to be with, but
Of
like
course.
if you're up in my ass from the beginning, I'm like you're too obsessive. Get the back off. Like I can't, like you need to let me breathe, And it's funny cause my best friend who's going to listen to this, she's like this bitch loves clingy people, but like I like you clingy when we're together.
Right.
Like don't be too obsessive cuz it's a turn off for me,
Oh,
you
okay.
know? So maybe it's a turn off more so than the what did you say? Ick.
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 Yeah.
Ick.
How about like a cheap date then? Like a first date, like he takes you to Chuck E. Cheese. No,
No,
he takes you, but
No.
yeah, cause she a child. But no, like he takes you to like I don't know, Dave and Buster's, or it takes you to
Dave and Buster's is fun
How
because
about
it's an
Applebee's?
experience.
Then let's say,
And
Because
like if
everybody's-
someone's like, "Hey, Applebee's," I'm like, "No." Like I would right away say no. Not I just don't like Applebee's personally. But I do like
you think you better than me.
I don't like it. I don't know what it is, but
No,
I don't
it's
like
fair.
it. I do like a man who will tell me like, "Hey, be ready by 6:00. Wear this," or like give me like a hint on like what to wear. I'm taking you like in the town. Tell me the town, or like if you tell me what to wear and I know it's something fancy, then I know I'm being taken to the right spot. What I can tell like. If you're inviting me for dinner, I do expect you to pay. I will offer to pay too, though. So
Sure.
I'll always take out my wallet. I'll always offer. I don't.
I think it's fair though when somebody asks like
Yeah.
you to go out.
Yeah.
Then it's fair to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But then like I always try to offer the tip if you do pay for the bill. I don't know. I try to be fair because I want the potential romantic partner to know that I'm here for a partnership.
But
I don't.
what happens if like oh, this is a terrible date?
Doesn't matter. I still offer.
Oh, that's
Yeah, because I would have to pay for my food
learn,
anyway.
ladies, learn. Okay, yeah.
I don't.
And
I
I
don't.
think it doesn't lead a man on at the very least when you are like it's a bad date and you're just like, all right, let me just pay my share and
Yeah.
like cool,
Let's
nice
just-
meeting you.
I never had a bad date.
Really,
Yeah.
really.
I get along with a lot of people.
I've had one of my worst dates was after a breakup. Like
Mm.
I ended up like this girl that I knew from East Hampton ended up like coming to my Queens apartment, and it was just she wanted to like talk about our exes and stuff, and like it
She's
was
not healed, obviously.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was like,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I thought we were just fucking. Then, if this is the case, like if we're just gonna go to a bad place, and then just like, this date is going just horribly,
Nowhere, yeah.
and I'm just like, okay, let's
just go home.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no, I mean, like it ended up just like, okay, are we gonna fuck or not? And then like she was in bed like sort of getting ready, and then like she just kind of held out, and I was like, I have no problem, but then just go home. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want,
Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Like, we just had the date. It's over. Obviously, you
The
don't want
vibes are not there. Like, just
To
read the
the-
room, go
yeah,
home. Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
get it.
Like-
No, I get along with a lot of people. I really do.
I know you do.
I don't really. I
Not
don't
me,
think
though.
I've ever
Not
had a
me.
bad date. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have. Yeah.
Victor, have you had a bad date?
I don't think I have either.
Really?
I usually get along with most people.
There you go.
I mean, I've had dates that I felt like,
You guys are boring
yeah,
as fuck.
this is like where there's
My
no
life
vibe.
is great. Like,
I wouldn't say that. Like I've had dates where like yeah, the vibe's not there. This is probably
Like, you
not
know
gonna
it's
go
not
anywhere.
going to. Right, exactly.
Like I'm like it was a nice time. You were a cool person, but like definitely the connection never happened.
Right.
So
Okay.
Yeah, but I never had like a nightmare date where I was trying to run for my life or something. Not run for my life,
Yeah,
but just
but
like,
get out of there.
get me the check. Like I've never had that.
Oh, that's good. I'm
But I
glad.
also scan people very well before I even go on a date with them,
Mm.
you know? And I don't fucking have time for dates, first of all. So if I go on a date with you, you're special.
Oh.
Pre-qualified.
Yes, pre-qualified. Because
God.
I really don't have time for this. I've been focusing on myself so much that I'm trying to build, you know?
Yeah, an empire.
Yeah.
I see you. I see you.
So
You
I
got
need
the
a man.
Walter Height.
So the man with
Like,
his own empire is always welcome because he knows the grind, he knows the hustle. I understand that he's gonna be busy. He understands I'm gonna be busy. So there's no like neediness.
so let's go
coming
into
in
the
place.
red pill section then. You know, where there's just like these conversations with these guys that end up just like, you know, of course the man's gonna go fuck some other bitches because it's like he's doing all the work, he's doing all this, so he succeeds, so he deserves all that glory. So what's your, like, you're already shaking your head like, what? So I guess you disagree.
Yeah.
Disagree. Let's go.
I don't know. I hate this stereotypical
Alpha male.
yeah, just in general, like
No, okay.
statements. I hate that because I will never be put in the kitchen and or like be told, oh, you have to stay home with the kids. Like that's gonna be my choice or our choice rather. We're gonna have to sit down and analyze finances and see where we at. But I'm gonna make sure that my husband at the time knows that, hey, I understand that this is the smartest decision right now for me to stay home with the kids, and I'm all about raising my kids. And that's probably what's going to happen, honestly. And this is why I have an online beauty business, because I will be able to be home with the kids and raise them, because my mom raised me and I turn out to be pretty good. So I definitely will want to stay with the kids. But if a man thinks he's going to be like, oh, you know, I want a woman to stay at home while I grind, and that's like a typical traditional, you know, old school relationship. And I'm like, no, that's great, but how about what I want? And then they're like, well, I hope you want the same. And I'm like, yeah, but I am an alpha female. Like I do need to do something that is going to fulfill me.
Right.
And I'm not just gonna be a mom. Like I'm Paulina. So when I have babies, I'm not just gonna transfer to be just a mom. I'm still Paulina. Now I'm a mom. So there's a couple of transitions that have to be made. But like I still want to have my own business. I still want to be an entrepreneur. Like I still want to mentor people and help people and impact other lives. So I hate when people are like, you know, females need to be at home with the kids and cook and serve for the husband while the husband goes to work. What if I want to work? Like, you know, what if I'm making more money at the time when we enter a relationship than you do? Can you stay home?
Well, would you be okay with that? But like, oh yeah, you'd be a stay-home
I think it's
dad.
a fluctuation of life. So, you know, if he tells me he doesn't, that's like too feminine for him, let's say. But he understands that right now I am a breadwinner and, you know, I am doing, you know, the more like it just makes sense, financial sense for him to stay at home. Then like, I'm never going to be like, oh, you're forever going to be stuck with the kids. Like, I want you to be the man. I want you to be in your masculine energy, and I want you to provide and protect the family. So it's a partnership. That's what it comes down to. Like, I want to be with someone who is willing to be a partner and not just put me in a cage as like, oh, you got to cook. You know, I've worked my ass off, so like you need to cook tonight. Like,
Yeah,
I'm probably going to cook for you because I know you work your ass
but
off, but like
I don't
don't force me to be this.
I don't think you're gonna ever end up in that.
I was told, you know, because I go on a lot of paid for trips through my company that I earn.
You want to shout them out?
No, it's just, yeah, I mean, shit, it's been
Yeah,
a
look
lot
at
of...
the camera. Like,
No.
sign up, fellas, ladies.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
No, you know, I was told, like, I was asked, like, oh, so you do these girls trips all the time? And I was just like, well, I don't call it really girls trips. Like, yeah, most of the
Business trips.
people that do my business are females because it's a beauty industry. And I'm actually seeing more and more men do this business, which I'm actually very happy about. But most of these trips, yes, have a lot of girls there.
Gay men or regular men?
Not regular men. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you a couple. They're
I'm
actually
interested.
really
I'm
they're
interested
really
in
really
just-
good at it.
Yeah.
And a lot of girls actually listen to them, which is crazy. But so I was asked by this guy that I was on a date with, like, oh, so you do a lot of girls trips? And I was just like, well, it's a business trip. And he's like, so what? You guys don't have fun there? I'm like, of course we do. I worked my ass off for this trip, so of course we have fun. Like, what are you insisting? Like, what are you trying to say? And he's just like, well, a real man is never gonna like allow that. And I'm like, what? And he was just like, well, he's not gonna want his woman to go out on these trips without him. And I'm like, you can come. I have no problem with you coming, but like just understand that this is not going to be a romantic trip. Like I'm on the work trip, so I actually want my partner to come to see what I am doing. Why are you laughing? Tell me.
Yeah. Sorry.
What are you laughing?
Yeah, no, it was the coming.
Oh.
Continue.
Yeah. So I was like, he was trying to say like, oh, I'm never going to be okay with that. And I was just like, why wouldn't you? He's like, because you wouldn't want me to go to Miami with the boys. I'm like, I would not have a fucking problem with it. You know why? Because why would I?
Yeah.
If I trust, like, I'm not going to be in relationship with you unless I trust you. Yeah. And if you give me signs not to trust you, I'm going to have a problem with you going to Miami with the boys. But like, if I'm not giving you any reasons to not trust me, why wouldn't I be able to go on a trip that I earned with the girls? He's like, you guys probably gonna go to clubs and you're gonna be exposed around the men. I'm in control. I am in control. Yeah, I'm not speaking of the danger part, right? Like, I can be out of the resort to the girls and something might happen, but like, what is one men are gonna do with a bunch of girls, to be honest? But so he wasn't even speaking about the danger part. He was just like, these guys are gonna hit on you and stuff. And I'm like, what? I can't handle myself. Like, you tell me I can't handle myself? I can handle myself. I've been a bartender for the past 9 years on the side. Like, I deal with this on a daily basis. So I just hate that, like, the old school mentality was like, oh, a real man is not going to let his girl go on vacation. Or, like, a real man is going to want his woman at home raising kids. Like, great. She probably wants the same shit. But, like, if you're going to sit and tell me what you're going to expect me to do, you don't even know me on a deeper level. And you're already telling me I'm going to have to fucking be at home with the kids because I'm not going to have another choice. Or another one, let me get freaking into it, dating a bartender. Like, oh my God, like you're a bartender. And I'm like, okay, like I make more money than doctors.
You had trouble with that?
Yeah, with guys. Yeah. They were like, I don't want to date bartender because you always have to flirt. I'm like, I don't flirt at all, actually.
So I would understand, like, in OnlyFans. Like, it's like, and my question is, like, you're doing porn. Like, let's just be like.
Well, there's OnlyFans and there's OnlyFans. But yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, of course, there's people in OnlyFans that like just do some normal or like just like, but most of it is just like, you're getting dick down.
Right.
It's it's only girl on girl.
Doesn't
still
matter.
porn.
You're still
like,
porn. Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
No, bartending, I think it had to do with the fact that I'm exposed to men and they hit on me, they look at me, they can talk to me, and they're like, I don't want to date a bartender. And I'm gonna, like, I remember this guy saying, I'm gonna, like, when we're together, I'm gonna provide and I'm gonna get you out of that environment as soon as possible. One girl will be like, oh my God, great. Like, he's gonna provide for me. Like, I'm not gonna have to work. Fantastic. Good for you, sis. I am a hustler. I like my own money. I'm not going to have anybody ever to tell me what to do, especially when you are entering my life and when I've already been a bartender for so many years. So, like, we can have a discussion about this. And, if it makes sense for me not to bartend anymore, sure. But you're not, like, if you think you're going to tell me that I'm not going to bartend, I will run for my fucking life.
So if he were to tell you, though, like, baby, I don't want you to bartend right now.
I would ask why.
Because I want you to focus on your business 1,000%.
Okay.
So I'll take care of the whole tab of that. Just stay with me. You focus on the whole business that you're doing right
I'm
now.
willing to give it a shot, but I have been thrown that shit in my face before.
Oof.
So it's a little bit of a trauma for sure. So I'm working on that to be more to be more trusting in the new romantic partner, potential romantic partner. Mm-hmm. But I've been thrown that shit in my face where it's like, I've been supporting you, like, or like I'm the breadwinner. Like just to put me down and put me in my place. And I'm like, you told me to.
Yeah, I meant it more like you said before. It's like, we're here to build an empire together.
Yeah.
Like, if we're, like, and then supporting that kind of thing, I think that's where you would,
let go of that. Yes,
Yeah, like,
yes,
and let's go.
yes.
Let's go to that.
Yes.
Instead of like, oh no, it's just I wanted you to do that because I didn't want you to talk to dudes, which
Right.
to me is like
Ridiculous.
You're gonna
insecure.
you're gonna be outside in the world. You're gonna talk to men. It's
I know it's funny. I'm a bartender. I've been bartending for 9 years, and I've never cheated. And all these motherfuckers cheated on me, and they were not bartenders. So like, the bartender as a career, as a profession, it has nothing to do with anything.
You know the most inclined to cheating as far as a profession goes to.
What, bartenders?
No, they're not even. I don't think they're
okay.
that high on the list, but like maybe 7 or 10 or somewhere
Okay.
around there. But it's more of airplane stewardesses and
shit.
yeah, like,
because
they're all
they're
over
almost
the
like
place.
don't have a choice.
Well, they're all over the place, you know.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
and then the other one is nurses.
Oh
They're
wow.
like doctors and nurses because a lot of it is like they watch, life come and go. So they're
Right.
just let's live it for the moment,
For
baby.
the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it really is depending on the person you're dating.
Of course,
right?
of course.
Like I'm in full control. I am. If I want to get laid, I'm getting laid. If I don't want to get laid, I'm not getting laid. No matter how much the other person wants it.
Damn.
It really is that true. Like, I don't care how many men out there think they're in control in the situation. I control the situation. Like, if I don't want to have sex with you, we're not having sex. What are you going to force me? Then it's obvious.
So, whoa.
It is-
grape, okay? Like, we're not trying to,
No, but it's just the reality of it. I'm being raw and honest. Like,
but in that stance that you just said that.
Yeah.
So if a woman wants sex though, and the man's like, no.
then we're not having sex, I guess.
Fair
But what I'm saying is like, no. What
You
I'm
said, I guess.
No, because
bro, you heard her.
no, because I can. But like, why wouldn't you want to have sex though?
He has personal reasons. Maybe I didn't want. I can't get it up right now.
I'll make you get it up.
Okay, then there you go.
Then we're having sex. That's what I mean. Like I don't know. Maybe I wasn't.
Well, like that's what I'm saying. It's like sometimes you don't want to have sex.
That's
for your
fine.
boo.
And I'm gonna be okay with that. But what I'm saying is like, if I personally want to have sex, I can make it happen. And with you or somebody else.
If that came out of my mouth, that's grape, folks. That's 1,000%. Victor, tell me that's not grape sounding right there. It's alluring from you. Absolutely. If I said, we're having sex.
I can't. No, I think a woman is the decision
Capable.
maker.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Yeah,
if
but-
it comes to that stuff.
yeah.
Because guys, I mean, it's really like you really have to have a shitty day, or you had to really go through crazy stuff not to want to have sex. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. For women, we're more moody, and I feel like it's just I don't want to say easier, but
I'll be honest. As I get my older age, it's just like
older age.
Yeah, and I'm 5 years away, pretty much from 40 now, which is crazy. But
I'm a year away from 30.
yeah. But I've always heard this, and from my understanding, sexuality for a woman grows as she gets older. Like like versus
It's mental, very mental.
Yeah, versus a man, though, their sexual peak is around 18, 16,
Yeah.
around those ages, which kind of doesn't make sense to me. Put like, horny kids next to like teachers that are just like, yeah, I want some dick, some young dick, like right here, yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah, but aside from that, though, I just feel like as I get older, I'm just like, sex doesn't mean as much to me.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and that's why it's a worry for me, where it's just like, I feel insecure just like not meeting the needs of a woman that I find very sexual, but I'm just like, I'm not there.
And that's fine. I mean, it obviously comes with age.
Yeah.
But like the even a woman when she's more mature, like for me, I told you, like I don't masturbate. If I masturbate once every 2 weeks, it's a thing. Like life isn't no more about sex.
Yeah.
It's more than that. It's building connection. It's building your wealth. It's experiencing other things. Sex is just like a cherry on top of the cake.
Yeah, it's another part of that experience that you get to,
You know,
I
I love
agree.
when people are like, "Oh, if we don't fuck in relationship 3 times a day, then it's this." I'm like,
Oh, bro, I get
what
so
planet are you
I
from?
get
Because what the
chafed.
fuck?
Like I get dick cuts. Like my dick's been has battle scars just do it. I'm just like I cannot. I need please lube it up. Lube it up
Yeah.
or I can't do this.
Yeah,
like it's like I'm
it's-
gonna be out for another 3 days, coach. Sorry, like this is gonna hurt both of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's so much more to life than just sex. Especially when you hit like, 30. I have not hit 30 yet, but like I said, I am mature. Where
I feel like you're gonna be more at your sexual peak, like even in your 40s. Like
women peak out at like 45.
Yeah, so see, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, I'm over here just like hanging out the dick towel, just like, yep, it's
Yeah.
over for me. Like I had some
No.
good stints.
But I also think like for you, it's a matter of finding someone,
yeah, I think
the
it's
right person.
But I think
you know?
now, like I grew into more of it's a mental thing for me. Like
Yeah.
I have to be really aroused mentally to really want to just do it.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I
know?
do enjoy that, but at the same time, it's a scare for me because it's just like I do want to please my girl.
Yeah.
You know, like
But the thing is, like, we've talked about it before. Like, it's not really the pleasing part for females. I would say 90% of females. It's not just penetration.
of course.
You know, like that's a bright side to the problem when men, men
Yeah.
age and have problem with those
Erectile
things.
dysfunction, ED.
You have plenty of different ways to please your lady.
Yeah.
You know, and that can be
Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Charizard.
No, seriously. The foreplay and the touching and
Yeah.
the mental games, that's what will get your girl going. You know, the penetration alone is just great, but like if you just wanna fuck, I'm not coming. There's no way I'm coming.
All I really want to do is like take that wand. like let's go. Just like I want to see all those kicks just come at me, just like dodge that shit. I've gotten kicked in the face before just from eating pussy. It's fun. I took it such a compliment. I was just
Wow.
like, and she's just like, baby, it's sensitive. I can't. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Great
at
moments.
some point that thing swells up and you're just like, ugh, I can't even get touched anymore.
Yeah.
But same for you guys. Like right
absolutely.
after,
Yeah.
you finish, you can't really do much. But
Some days, like some nuts, I can just give right back up. It's crazy. It's like I'm just figured out. Just like yo, I'm a like haul ass.
Like-
Yeah, he knows it. It's just like sometimes that like
I've seen
got
that.
this.
I've seen that, yeah.
But like I swear. I don't really come from blowjobs that often. Like
Yeah.
it takes a very special girl, but like the best blowjob I've ever gotten, it was just like from the stripper. Funny enough, but
They know what they're doing.
It was. I'll say this: she was fat. Fat girls know how to suck dick. I will 100%. They will suck the ball juice out of you.
Soul out of you, yeah.
Just like leave you dry. You know. So like, cause I've seen some girls just like. Like just little like that's not a blowjob, honey. Sorry,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
like if
But
you-
that's another thing you can teach a girl. You know how you
Yeah.
like it because everybody likes it differently.
but like some girls like they don't want to suck a dick, and it's sad for me because
well,
I'm just
I
like
wouldn't suck a random dick either. Like
Oh.
that's something that
Little
only
Mr.
my men
Dick.
will get. You know? No. Well, maybe not my men, but like someone who I'm really on a different level with. That's like a treatment in my
So
opinion.
do you value more like having a like because like like for me it's just like and they had it on Clerks #1 where it's just like oh like my girlfriend sucked 47 dicks like she fucked like 3 people but sucked 47 dicks.
That's insane. That's
Yeah.
gross. That's disgusting.
Well,
I'm
that's
sorry.
what I'm saying. It's like, but some girls like sucking dick. you
I mean,
know.
I like sucking dick of a man that deserves
clip.
it.
Like, there it is. Clip. Yeah.
No,
But,
seriously. Like,
yeah.
I think it just a matter of how you make me feel. And if I feel special, then you will get that. And it will be one of a kind experience. For
But
sure.
so you've had though, like okay, more vaginal sex than blowjobs
Yes.
given to people because
Yes.
blowjobs are special.
Yes. Blowjobs are special.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
not putting nothing in my mouth unless you deserve it, for sure.
See, Vic, what's your score on this? Are blowjobs more special? Like, would you hail a blowjob like this is a special treatment versus like we're having sex?
Through my history, it usually goes oral sex first and then full sex as
Okay.
introductory.
I mean, so from my experience, I do get the oral experience first. Me.
Yeah.
And then, we get into it, and then, like, I will do as a finisher. I'll go down on a guy, or I will, second round.
Yeah.
He's laughing over
you
there.
like a
Finisher.
little boy.
Because I'm trying to,
the
like,
finisher.
the
I just
finisher.
got Mortal Kombat finisher.
I guess it depends. But yeah, if I'm having sex with you for the first time, don't even think about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, because there's these other girls that I've dated, which it's a giant regret for me because they don't like blowjobs, even though they gave me a blowjob, and God bless them, I love them for that. But like, they would have preferred, for me to do anal on them, and just like, okay, and then.
Oh my God, this is so funny because I have a topic about anal. This is so funny.
Okay, we're going to it.
I was asked.
This is Patreon work at this point, though.
Listen to this shit because I can't fucking believe it. I was asked at the dinner table, have you ever eaten a grown man's ass?
Okay.
And I'm like, wait, I was just so disturbed. I was like, wait, what? And
Yeah.
he's just like, yeah, have you eaten men's butt? And
Yeah.
I'm like, no. And he just like, and I was just so confused. Why would you ask that at a dinner table? That for one, like, if anything, like,
Wait, what's the family there?
no, it's just me
okay,
and you, but
okay,
like
okay.
such a random topic to bring up. Well, I'm fucking eating and you're asking me if I ate a hairy ass. No, like I know that I know.
Like a shave. Like,
No, weird. I don't know. Personally,
If you saw a
it's
clean
a no.
man booty,
It
just
is
like,
a
no.
no for me. It's a fucking hard pass. Like I don't know, maybe because I come from a very like one way only.
So let me
culture.
ask you this: then, have you gotten your booty eaten?
Oh yeah, of course.
Like, bro, you got to return the favor.
Like,
there.
why you want me to lift your legs up and like eat your ass?
I mean, you could go on all fours too if you want.
So let me just be a man in this whole fucking relationship at this point.
Wow,
Like,
wow,
I don't know. That's
judgmental.
just- I'm
That's
sorry.
judgmental.
I am so
I've never
hard
gotten
about that.
my booty ate, but I welcome it.
Fuck
like if I
that
gotta put
shit.
my legs up there, sure, why not? I mean, like she's down there.
I mean,
anyways.
listen, if it's maybe like if we're together and we're
Yeah.
experiencing
Yeah.
down the road, maybe, but like I'm talking we're on a date
Hold on,
and
hold
you're
on.
asking
Vic,
me this.
Would you call this? You said it. You labeled it to me. I'll always
Did
remember.
I?
Yeah.
What specifically?
Yeah, eating booty.
Isn't that it's not
Licking the.
the copper penny?
There you go.
I got that. Shout out to Cody on that one.
I'm done.
Yeah.
No,
When you told me
I-
that, I was like, this man has ate butt before.
Oh my
Like I
God.
said, shout out to Cody.
I'm dead. That's so funny. Yeah, no, I was very disturbed and I was trying to get, like, I felt so uncomfortable. I was trying to, like, get out of the conversation and he's just like, I was like, oh, have you, like, experienced this? He's like, yeah, I had 2 girls that were eating my ass. So I was like, how, did you like it?
girls.
Yeah. Did you like it? And he was like, yeah, I loved it. And
This man's a legend.
At this point, I was sitting there, I was questioning if he might be just gay, because
No.
it's just like, I understand that there are men that like it and, no hate towards that. But like, I just felt so uncomfortable. So I was like, in my culture, that would be considered gay.
Right.
So I'm not saying you're gay, but in my culture, it is fucking far from something that any woman would do. So he took it as like, oh, you're calling me gay? Are you kidding me? Da da da. Like he took it so too hard. Maybe the way I said it,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just so uncomfortable. And then my toxic ass added to the experience because I just had to spice it up. I was like, so what is the next thing you would want to ask me? Just being like ironic, like just like
Yeah.
just throwing some sarcasm there. He goes, what do you mean? Like, that's it? And I'm like, would you want me to put a strap on too? And he like looks at me, gets up, leaves.
Let's go right now.
No, like he was so fucking offended. I'm like, bro, you just asked me to eat your ass. And now I'm like, oh, let me put a strap on. Like I used to put a strap on when I was with my ex,
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
not in the, like, with the female. And, you know, like, that's where the masculinity come and play. And I was just, like, fucking with him. And I was just like, do you want me to put the strap on? And he was just, like, so offended. I'm like, okay, so you want me to eat your ass, but, like, if you like the experience with your ass, like, might as well just let me put a strap on, no? And he just, like, did not like the idea. So it was a nightmare after that. But
I mean, I personally don't think it's if it's like the only way it's gay, it's if you're with a man,
Man,
a
yeah,
man
yeah.
and a man. Like that's if you're with your girl and you're just being freaky and you just like you like being like that's where the man's G spot is.
I
Like,
know, I
Vic,
know.
Is that gay? What do you think?
As long as it's consensual. And it's like you said, between a female and a man, your partners.
I just, you know, the way I said it was kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
in
it was
Poland, that would not fly.
Yeah.
Nope.
You gay, bro. Like, bro.
Yeah, that would not be a thing. But like I said, I would be open to something like that down the road if I am dating you. But like, don't fucking tell me this on the date. Like, come on. Like,
Was that the
that's
first one,
ridiculous.
or
No,
was
it was
that-
like the third. But like,
Oh.
doesn't
I don't
matter
know.
though. Like at the dinner
I don't
table.
know. Like I at the third
Like, we
date,
haven't
bro,
even
I
fucked
don't
good
fuck-
yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
now you're just putting him on blast.
no, I mean,
there.
no, he was great. Like, we had a good, like, I had a great experience with him. But I'm saying, like, we haven't even fucked enough yet for you to even bring that up. Like,
This is like bedroom conversations. When
Yeah,
you're exploring
thank
the
you.
ideas of what else to eventually.
So weird.
Bunch of prudes in here. That's what I see. Like, my goodness gracious.
so weird.
I
And
mean-
I'm just so disturbed. Like, I wish I forgot this guy overall because he was a weirdo. But now, because he asked me, first man to ask me to eat his ass. Let me eat your ass by myself. How about that? Like, don't ask me about it.